Warlocks don't play by the rules. They steal power from demons, twist souls into fuel, and laugh as their enemies burn. But where does this evil power actually come from? Dark bargains, ancient tomes, or something worse? Strap in, because today we're exposing the true cost of being a warlock. So, warlocks draw power from fel magic, the chaotic energy of destruction itself. Unlike mages who study order, warlocks take power by force. Their fuel, demons, souls, and the twisting nether's raw chaos. Now, according to WoWpedia, fel magic originated with the Void Lord's corruption, but it was Sargeras who weaponized it. And warlocks, they're essentially the burglars stealing from his armory. A note here to start off too, as a comment from iView on the other mage video mentioned, mages can draw from the twisting nether too. Mostly for portal magic, just warlocks do it with this added fel flair, but we will get onto that later on. One of the main differences, and I won't be defining warlocks by mages, so don't worry, but one of their biggest catches is fel magic consumes its users. The more you use, the more you need, kind of like an addiction. That's why warlocks constantly seek new batteries. Enslaved imps, sacrifice souls, such as, using drain life, or even their own health. Of course, life tap. It's a vicious cycle, but the power they gain. And of course, there are many sides to being a warlock. Some, like the Shadow Council, serve the Legion directly. Others, like player warlocks, are pragmatic, using demons as tools, not as masters. Either way, the power always comes with chains. And becoming a warlock isn't like joining a mage academy either. There's no Kirin Tor for fel magic, just secretive cults like the Black Harvest. And these lunatics literally wrote the book on some of the warlock powers you can get. Their training is more like a trial by fire, summoning a demon, dominate it, and try not to get eaten, which is a recurring comedy line in the Warcraft universe, as everybody does remember Jiraxxus in TOGC, of course. And this is more of a in the basement with a grimoire kind of cultish awakening of certain things in order to gain power. It isn't like a mage where you spend all of this time kind of researching. I am defining warlocks by mages, damn. Well, I'll move on to something class exclusive, because do you remember the Green Fire quest in Mists of Pandaria, where you'd have to prove your worth and outsmart a warlock so powerful he actually became a demon? The prize you get are permanent green fel flames. Of course, nothing says I sold my soul like glowing fire. But the biggest lesson warlocks learn is everything has a price. They trade their souls for power in soul shards, their own blood for spells in health stones, and even their morality, because let's be honest, half of their spells violate the Geneva Convention. But let's break down some of those spells, the ones that define warlocks and the dark lore behind them, because this is a segment I want to bring into this series and just kind of investigate. The Curse of Doom, a spell so evil it has its own apocalypse timer. Cast it and in 1 minute your target explodes, if they're still alive. In Legion, the spell was slightly altered, but warlocks did get a quest to reverse this curse after a warlock got doomed by twin sister demons. Turns out, breaking a demonic death sentence is not that easy. But in that quest we learn that the duration of doom increases its power. So if you were given a week's countdown, you're probably not making it. And the Rain of Fire. This actually isn't just fire from the sky like a mage cast. This is fel fire, summoned from the twisting nether. And lore-wise, it's actually the same chaos the Burning Legion used in order to scorch worlds. The Demonic Gateway, which is a rare, friendly Warlock spell. But don't be fooled. Those portals tap into the same energies demons use to invade Azeroth, similar to mages. So one wrong incantation and you may end up somewhere that you probably didn't want to be. That place would be the Twisting Nether. And finally, my favourite, the Hand of Guldan, a meteor of pure fel energy named after the original Warlock traitor. Fun fact as well, in Warlords of Draenor, Guldan uses this to level entire villages. Now, Warlocks have been through a lot of changes. In early Wrath, the demonology spec was much stronger than we know today. It was a fully fledged tank spec, capable of tanking a Nubarak in TOGC 25, which, if anybody does remember, it's a very impressive feat. There's a YouTube video on it somewhere if you do want to watch it. Now, of course, over the years, there have been many instances where Blizzard have planned new demon summons for Warlocks. They've been found by data miners, there's been tons of hype around them. But of course, now in retail, we can customize our demons like we're taking them for a haircut. So Warlocks get their power from theft, sacrifice, and sheer audacity. But what about the holy side of WoW? Next time, we're going to ask, where do paladins get their power? And spoiler, it involves less soul selling and more divine willpower. But please do like if you enjoyed, and let me know what other classes we should cover. I would also love to do the monk one soon as well. Definitely not just as an excuse to use the Mists of Pandaria soundtrack. And I did have a lot of fun with this script, I don't know if you can tell. This one was awesome, it was really fun to make. Thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely day.